Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint. Using ambient light rejection technology gain. Hold on for a minute. All right, had a few trucks going by. All right, so we've been talking a little bit about screen paint mixes, projection screens. As I said before, I'm going to be doing a lot of testing, and I mean a lot of testing against projection screen and screen paint mixes. Now we have two mixes here. One is a light version of the mix, and the other one is a UV mix. They're both the same thing, but like I said, we're going to show you what color coding technology looks like compared to the screen paint mixes, and we're going to be getting to quite a few other ones. I got a few companies I'm actually checking out on eBay that I'm going to be doing some purchases today and buying some of their screen paint and bringing it over also too. These are other companies that make screen paint too. So the screen we're using is what we call Blue Ambient Light Projection Supreme 12. It is a blue screen. But the screen is not the important thing. It's actually what's in the screen that makes it interesting, that is using a color coding technology that allows the projector to be able to read color even if the surface is blue. I'm just showing the color blue right now. That's not the actual screen. All right, so first things first, I'm going to show you my settings in my projector. I'm using an ultra short throw Epson projector, which is a 585W. I'm going to show you my settings are below factory settings with a brightness of -1. Contrast is only 2, sharpness is 4, and color is 2. So it's at below settings, factory settings. Let's go over here and let's scroll down and show you that our projector is sitting in eco mode right there. So it sits in eco mode. Eco display is on. So you can see that we are below settings. Now, this right here is a UV mix right here. This right here is one of the lighter screen paints that's developed by that particular individual. Just to show you that, and we'll do a couple of projection screens too. We have right here. Got plenty of projection screens right here to do those demonstrations. Let me figure out where in the world that's at. Long day, busy day, long day. There we go. So you can see, actually, it's his product. If you want to see that up close, there you go. We have a bunch of his stuff here. So don't worry, you got plenty of time. That screen won't be launching for 2 months, so we got plenty of time in screens. I already went online and I ordered some new stuff. I know DMP Super a new projection screen that they're working on. So we'll be getting that soon over here. And if Elite Screens is working on anything new, well, we'll be getting that too. All right, so what we're doing right here is straight colors to show you what is your projector actually seeing when it connects to your screen. So let's see if any one of the screens can read the color properly. All right, so we'll come out of here and we're just going to go through the colors. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, that when you produce white, white is either going to show up darker or it's going to show up brighter on your screen, depending on if your screen is producing too high of a white level. That means what's going to happen is that your colors are going to fade. And if it's producing too high of a contrast level, it's going to come up too dark. So we'll test that theory. There's the all white popping up. As you can see, too high of a white level, too much contrast. Let's go over to, switch over out of here real quick. Let's bring up purple. There's purple. You just see, now this is going to flash back and forth. So as you can see, we're picking up too high of a contrast level here, and we're picking up too low of a contrast level there. See, they don't show you these demonstrations. What they show you is a whole bunch of pretty colors going across the screen. You're supposed to see solid colors first, so you can see exactly what the projector sees. All right, and keep in mind, the screen is blue. The surface of the screen is blue. So for it to have color coding technology, it would have to be to know the difference between the blue and the purple that's flashing across the screen, which this screen becomes dark because it doesn't have enough white level, and this screen right here becomes faded because it doesn't have a high enough contrast. All right, let's move over to color changing screens. Let's hit that one. So now we're going to do multiple colors that are going to pop up on the screen and randomly change. Put you up a little closer so you can see. This is what you're supposed to be seeing in demonstrations. How the screen projector, the screen is reading color. So if the screen is too light, what's going to happen is you pull no contrast, and that means it washes out. This would have to be done in the dark. You would be in the dark with that screen, period. All right, so let's come out of here. Let's bring up a high green. Let's see, search. Clear. Let's bring up a green. There you go. Too much contrast, not enough contrast. I'm going to show you something. The minute before the screen flashes, the color of our screen comes up. Did you know that? I'm going to come out here just for a minute. I'm going to pull into another color here and watch for a minute while the projector is loading the color up to get ready to set it. You'll see our color of our screen comes up blue. See, it's blue.
Work today means being far apart while still working shoulder to shoulder. It means your 9 a.m. could be her 6 a.m.
I know you don't. Some people don't like seeing that, but it is what it is. And we did do white levels. Let's do black and see what happens. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Hold on, it's there. Let's put something there so that way you can recognize you're seeing black. So this is why I put the star field in. Because if I did black on this screen right here, you wouldn't even know if black was showing because the screen produces black. Or if this screen is producing a black level, you wouldn't see it because the screen's producing black. But we have to add something in there so you can see the black and make out the difference. So if you do a star field demonstration, which outer space is not gray, is actually black, with many, many stars, you would see it. Too much saturation of a contrast level and not enough. Let's bring up a white snowstorm. Let's see. Clear. Let's put in a snowstorm. Snowstorm screensaver. Let me see. Here we go. So there's a snowstorm screensaver. Not enough contrast, where the level is not pulling out. You can't see the detail, and the screen is too dark there. Oh, white levels are good here, of course, because the screen's gonna be brighter than ours. It's a lighter screen. Just like if I take as I said before, because you have a high white level doesn't mean that's a good idea. That's a bad idea because your screen's not producing enough contrast, where your screen's producing too much contrast and the image is coming up dirty. So the UV mix here is producing too much contrast, it's coming up dirty, where this screen right here is producing too high of a white level, where it's coming up too white. That results to this. Kind of see it now, don't you? They can't pull proper colors. So if you went into your PS4 dashboard, that's what you would get. All right, so we have done to death the UV mix. I've told you before, here's house paint. If I were to stick it against a black screen and fire up my projector, we're going to run that one too. That's not going to go so well, to tell you the truth, right ready from the door. We've done this one before. It is going to go pretty bad. And mind you, we're going to do the black screen and this outside on a star field. So let's see which one clicks for this one. Or do I have the one behind me? OLED black demonstrations. Let's see, Chromecast. We're gonna run it through here. I'm gonna run it through my Chromecast through here. Because like I said, this one basically gets a little finicky on things I have to speak. Because we need contrast on this screen, we gotta do bright levels on this screen. Can't really speak into that because for some reason it doesn't recognize too well. There we go. So, my project for my 3D mapping screen in the backyard is going to be 11 feet high and 25 feet wide. That's how big the screen I'm building for the 3D mapping display outside. The projector is going to sit back over 30 feet, and this demonstration is going to be done in the evening hours. It's time to take this technology on a much bigger scale because these screens aren't big enough. There's our black technology sitting right up against a UV mix. Now, if our screens were so dark, we couldn't be able to blend into those screens at all, or his screen, period. This one's not doing too well with the blue technology. It's struggling. So, since I have this hooked up, everything is going to be tested. I've already ordered a bunch of sample sheets. We're going to be doing an inflatable screen next to any company that may have any kind of white projection screen, gray projection screen outside. They'll be going against the inflatable screen, which will be the 12, or the extreme black will basically be going against any outdoor projection screen. We'll do side by sides with that one. We're going to be taking the UV mix and any form of screen paint that we can buy on eBay, and they'll be going against this technology. All right, so now we got Chromecast running on this side, so you can see. Let's go pull up, let's see. Let's pull up,
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide.
And by the way, let me make a little mention. I usually don't mention this fellow's name because it's not important to me in any way whatsoever. But when it comes to screen paint, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Crow's stuff, and I really will never be. But I honestly have to say, his stuff is a lot better than Partay's stuff. A lot better. It is. I've made a few of his things over here, some product he called himself putting out there, and I have to honestly say, Crow's stuff is better than his stuff. By far. I want to give out credit to certain screens that I feel that have capabilities. His stuff is okay. It's just not on our level. But it's better than Partay stuff. Way better than that. There you go, Crow. That's your UV mix. Right up against a black screen. That's the 12 technology you claim you did side-by-side demonstrations next to. We're doing this demonstration in a fully lit environment. No small little piece of nothing, whatever. My screen's about 138 inches, 235.1. This is how your screen would show up on my screen if it was done right and correctly in a fully lit environment. It should have been done in to begin with. And my projector is not sitting right up on top of the screen. My projector sits back at around 6 feet away from my screen. And this is how you pull up. You see how bright that screen is pulling up on the side right here? This is why these got 15s attached to them. There's your other screen paint mix right there, your lighter screen paint mix that you make. Not to be, so we don't keep you up there alone. I'm going to put a sample sheet against you right there and show you what you're getting. Now, say if you were to go out and you bought this $89, or don't worry, I'm getting a merchant right now. I'm talking to a few people about getting those projectors, putting a post where you can get them at. That's the $89 short throw projector that I have. $89 short throw Epson projector that I purchased. Say if you bought that projector, you got his screen paint, or you bought that projector screen over there for $800, and you had 106 inches of it, that's what you would have. The screen would have a better chance if you were in the dark. Now, you see how much better the picture looks now? Because I'm in the dark. That's why demonstrations are done in the dark. There you go. Where's the screen sitting at on my screen right now? Can you see where it's at? It's actually right here. I'm going to stand in front of my projector and show you how much lighter the UV mix is to a 12. And I'm going to stand away from it. That's the difference between my technology and yours. My technology can read light, yours can't. I can blend into your screen very easily. Okay, so look at the white levels right here. Doo-doo-doo. Right across, no problem. You want to get a little closer to me? There you go. How much closer would you like for me to get with my camera? There you go. So you have a screen that's jet black that can blend into your screen, but I can pull a contrast level and your screen will be left behind. The only way your screen would have a chance and even to come close to color coding technology is you would have to be in the dark, as you can see. That's the only way. I told you, but if I pop the lights on, your screen comes on like a Christmas tree light. Whoop, that one just fell off. This screen comes on like a Christmas tree light. Yes, it does. Now, there are no magical tricks, no magical powers, no Thanos capabilities. It's just a simple demonstration. We got a projector here, no 4K, no laser, none of that stuff, none of that, period. We have a basic projector, 720p projector that's below factory settings in eco mode. So how is it possible that the projector and screen that you're showing is giving off such an amazing picture? Maybe it's because the projector is doing all the work. That's the reason why. So something's not right there. I'll walk in front of my projector again so you can see how much of a lighter distance he has than my screen. All right, so we'll come over here for a minute. Let's go pull up, let me see, I forgot, we're on Chromecast now, so we can switch over wherever we want. All right, okie dokie. Let's go to some butterflies. Relaxing butterflies. We like relaxing butterflies. And think about it, it's getting out kind of light because when we start doing the outside demonstrations with the other screen, it's going to be brutal. We got screens that pull up at 6 o'clock going against white screens, and it's not going to go well for anybody, especially Elite's Yard Master is going to get crushed. And I'm telling you that right now, it's going to get crushed pretty bad. It's going to go against a black screen outside. And we're going to do Batman, Underworld, all the dark demonstrations we could possibly dig up. Let's see which one comes out better. There you are. You made a claim about something about my screen coming up so dark you couldn't even see it. Let me stand in front of this for a minute so you can see how much lighter you are to my screen. I told you in that when you did that demonstration, you really don't want to go against that screen. I warned you not to go against that screen. This is not an 8, this is a 12. 12 has coding technology embedded in it. You don't want to go against that. But you chose to. And this is the results. My screen is matching your screen easily. But if I put on contrast demonstrations, your screen pops up. Where's your screen at, bro? You see it? It's right there. Oh, wait, it disappeared. Where'd it go? No magic tricks. It's still there. Where is it? Can you find your screen? Let me stand in front of get real close. So maybe you might be able to see where your screen is at. There we are. Now you can see your screen. Your technology is not ambient light rejection, which you claim it's not, and it's true. But here's the thing. Never challenge a screen that's ambient light rejection. If your screen's not ambient light rejection, then you need to stay off that path. Because that's technology you don't understand. I'm not going to challenge a screen that has something that my screen doesn't have. I'm going to stay far from it. I'm going to stay on my path. But for some reason you got in your head that your technology is the same as mine. It's not, people. You have purchased house paint. That's what you have purchased. I don't know if I put any information in at the bottom where you can buy our technology at. But if you go back out and check out some of the other videos, there's information there. I just uploaded everything in there. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to change the video over to black and white, which I like to do. So now the video is in black and white. If my screen wasn't pulling a white level, you wouldn't be able to see it. All this would be jet black, and that screen would stand out perfectly because it's gray. Let's take the lights out and watch the screen disappear. I'm just displaying black and white only. So only two colors are displaying, black and white. Now if my technology couldn't produce a white level, you wouldn't be able to see his screen. His screen is completely gone. His screen can produce a white level. It can. It's lighter than mine. It should produce a very high white level. But the fact that the black screen is producing a high enough white level where you can actually blend into it. Now let's take it out and let's put it back in color. Put it back into the normal. There we go. Sorry about that. Turn it down a little bit. Oops, we're way up on the pot. There we go. And we can get nice and close up on it if you want. See where the red is here is red? And see right here where it's faded? That's the black technology you tried to slander. That's why he doesn't do his demonstrations with the lights on. That's why if you watch when he does demonstrations, he'll put a little bit of light here and there and go, voila, it's ambient light rejection. Well, if your technology does not need ambient light rejection, then every demonstration you should do should have the lights on. As a matter of fact, all this week, you should be doing 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, let's make it a month. An entire month of doing every demonstration with the lights on, contrast levels, color patterns, the whole 9 yards. And I don't want to see you using that 3,000 lumen projector. As a matter of fact, I'll match you toe by toe. I'll bring out my 1,000 lumen projector at 600 by 800 res, and I'll use that for 1 month in this environment, and I'll have the lights on and everything. That projector will sit back 11 feet. About the length of this is 11 feet. I will use that projector for an entire month for every demonstration, showing contrast levels, white levels, everything, and testing against higher performance screens that cost way more than mine. If you will swap your projector out for a 1,000 projector and light up that environment, I want to see windows exposed, everything. He's not going to do it. I can swap my projectors out if I want. I want to see, so that way we can see that he doesn't have to depend on a high-powered projector. So let's get rid of the high-powered projector. Go and get yourself 1,000 projectors. As a matter of fact, them Sonys are all over the internet. Get you one of those, pull that thing back, and I don't want to see just bright colors. I want to see contrast. I want to see the whole 9 yards, everything. Not going to do it. Because he needs that projector. That projector is the reason why his screen looks the way it looks. Let's go over here. And let's see if we pull up. Let's see. Well, no, it's YouTube TV. We don't need that. There's no point in me getting YouTube TV. What's going to come on anyway? For it anyway. Let me see. Let me get what I want over here. Let's pull up a Starfield demonstration. On this side, Starfield demonstration. That's all. I'll swap my projector for a whole month. Oh, heck yeah. I look forward to doing that one. Matter of fact, we can start the day. I'll bring it down. Bring my 1,000 projector. I'll prop it right up on that chair. 1 whole month. I'll show you Starfield. We'll keep the lights on. The whole 1 whole month. I'll take that definitely. As a matter of fact, we'll start it today. There you go. This is where your technology gets left in the dust. You can't produce contrast. Simple and plain. You can't produce it. My screen can match your screen when it comes to color. But you can't match my technology when it comes to black levels. Your screen turns gray when it's matched to a screen that can produce 100% contrast. You would have a fighting chance with the lights out. That's why anytime he shows you a demonstration showing any kind of saying, look, I can do contrast too, all the lights out in the environment, because that's the only way that he can produce a contrast level. But if you get close enough, you will notice that, no, you can't. See how the white stars are coming off this screen? See how they hit the black screen? See how they remain still white? Look at that, very carefully. Look how the stars transfer off his screen onto mine. Look how they remain nice and white. Because screens have code in them, it allows them to read. So let me see if I can come out of here. Not to put your product down in any way. You just don't do your testing correctly. That's the problem. Now, just to make sure, I'm surprised he hasn't called my phone 40,000 times now. Oh, I forgot. His number was blocked. I'm doing 4 things at the same time, so you have to excuse me. Just so you don't feel alone, I put the Dark Star 9 by Elite screen next to your screen, which is a $3,000 projection screen. Let me pull it off for a minute so you can see it. I told you, reflective material is not a good thing to make a screen out of, because any kind of light that hits it will make it reflective. See how dark it is? Oh, we have lights out, don't we? Hold on for a minute. We'll have the lights on in a few minutes. Let's bring our lights on. This right here is a Dark Star 9. See how dark this is? It's really, really dark. On a Pacific surface. Let me see what this fellow's talking about here. Boy, what's going on there? Hey, how you doing? How do you... Pacific surface. You can paint on anything you want. Have you seen some of the crazy demonstrations I've done? You can paint on anything you could think of. I painted on just about everything you can possibly think of. As a matter of fact, if you go to the website, there's a specification sheet telling you exactly what you can paint on. Oh, again, the Dark Star 9. See how dark the surface looks? This is why I don't like reflective materials, because reflective materials like this, they change when the light hits it. Too much light hits the screen, it becomes really, really light. Contrast level actually escapes. There you go. That's what happens to them. Net reflective material is not always good. See, that has to be used in ambient light controlled environments, because if there's too much light in the environment, then what's going to happen if it hits the screen, it's going to cause the screen to come too reflective and it's going to wash out. Bored today. Wow, I'm actually having a good time today. How could I be bored? I do about 3 or 4 videos at the most. I do videos starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is my regular time of working. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what the Crow Boys are upset about? Because they were ranting about showing my camera settings. Yeah, did you check out those videos? They're freaking hilarious. I actually shot 4 videos of me showing my camera settings. Not only showing my camera settings, I was actually recording myself with another camera, showing my camera settings as I was changing them in the phone through every random action that you can use to actually change or heighten the screen. And the last one I did was in black and white, which shows that the screen wasn't producing a white level with 2 colors remaining on the screen. Then the white levels wouldn't have showed up and the screen would have been jet black. Yeah, I did that one already. I chose my camera settings. I even sent you 4 videos. So check those out. Yeah, I see you're not bringing that up again, are you? Was that debunked? It was, wasn't it? Oh. All right, let's move on. Sorry, I had to put that in there. But that's the most hilarious thing. Somebody said, how come I didn't do that right away? Because I don't do stuff like that right away. I love when people come in and dig holes for themselves. So let them talk. All the trash you want to talk. Dig a big enough hole, and then I'll come in and I'll bury you. Yeah, you're going to need a freaking GPS to get out of that one. Should have just left it alone. All right, so lights are on. Just know he's not undone. We got a Dark Star 9 next to his screen. So, as you saw in the demonstration, I could blend this screen very easy on anything I want. But when it comes to contrast level, his screen comes short. Over here, we have the blue. Blue has coding, full coding technology. Now, full coding technology gives the screen the ability to be able to read color. The surface of the screen is blue. Let's start off with blue. Now, our screen for a split second, as the chain color is changing over, will be blue. You'll see the actual color of the screen. No, I'm not wearing my clown nose yet because I forgot to get it from your brother. So, goodbye. These are crow boys that are coming in that are upset. Not one of them asked me to show my camera. Would you like for me to show you my phone settings? Any of you want to see my phone settings? Because I can show you my phone settings if you want. Or we're not going to ask that? Okay. All right, so let's move on. So, crow screen paint here. We have the cinema gray right next to it. As you can see, they can't pick up blue. Let's change these colors up here. Let's bring in light blue. They should do better with light blue. Nope, that didn't work either. No, light blue doesn't pick up. Okay, let's move on. Let's change all the colors and just randomly go through and see if the screen paint can pick up. No. This is going to be a long one. Now, you know what color coding technology is? Well, first thing we showed it off in the black screens, but no one believed us that our black screens were pulling white levels that high because they had the ability to be able to read code that was embedded in the paint. Doesn't make a difference what the paint is, the fact that there's a code in it that allows for the projector to be read. If you had regular paint, then it pretty much wouldn't react too well with it because you don't have our coding. And if you were just a regular screen, that means you're pretty much probably testing yourself on white screens, which I know that the big companies all test their technology against white screens. They did it to death. Especially on the new screen they showed off, they had it against a white screen. Literally anything could beat a white screen. Anything. You could go down and get bare silver screen. You could splash it down the side of a white screen primer. It'll react better than the white screen itself. So you shouldn't really be testing your screens. Now, if I were them and I was testing my screen, I would test my screens against other gray screens to see exactly where mine actually falls short or actually improves. That's what I would have done. But they didn't do it that way. They did it against the white screen. So that's why if you put it against any other form of technology, it's not going to do too well. All right, so we're doing a color changing. This is why you got to calibrate your projector. He requests you to calibrate your projector because your colors are just not going to come up right. Now, would you like to see the settings in my projector again? Because this is the fun part right here. You have to see. What are the settings that I would have in a 720p ultra short throw projector? What's my brightness in here? What would you think it would be? Let's see. The menu right there. So get our menu to pop up. Here we are. My brightness on my projector is -1. Contrast is 2. Sharpness is 4. And the temperature is 2, color temperature. Look at the brightness, -1. I am below factory settings. Did you know that, Crow Boys? Below factory settings. All right. Let's see what else is going on in this projector. Let's scroll down. We're sitting in eco mode right now. Eco mode. So here I am on an ultra short throw with contrast with the brightness at -1. So what's the problem? How come your screen's not coming up? Where's the color? What's going on? Where's the contrast? Did you see a demonstration where I displayed a screen on my ceiling? Most people are sitting there worrying about whether or not if the light in their environment is going to disrupt their screen, and my screen sits on my ceiling. I can tell that speaks volumes by itself. All right, let's move on. Let's see. What have we got else? What else we got? Now, keep in mind, like I said, my screen is green. If my screen is, my screen is blue, how is it possible that it's picking up these colors? If the surface is blue. So what we'll do is we'll go to a solid green and see what happens. But first, before we do that, let's go to a white level. So these are things that other people shy away from. They don't want to show you the white levels. Let me show you a white level here on a blue screen, on our screens. See the screen's blue? There's showing you for a split second it's blue. Now people are looking at this thinking, well, gee whiz, if these screens are picking up a higher white level, that means that when he shows off the color green, they're going to be brighter than the screen that's in display, right? That's what you would think, right? So let's see if that theory is right. Now, Crow Boys, if you're going to come on here and talk trash, at least make it sound intelligent. That's all I ask of you. Because your childish adolescent nonsense doesn't basically disrupt me in any way whatsoever. It just makes you look like you run out of ideas to basically slander my product with, and that's all you have as a result back to child adolescent, talk. So try to come off a little bit more intelligent. I'm pretty sure you're quite smart. You're pretty sure you know the difference between pull and push when you get to a door, right? All right, then. I'm not here to show you up or embarrass you. I'm here to show you what you're supposed to be seeing. This is how tests are supposed to be done. And the reason why you can't accept it, because when you watch demonstrations, they don't do tests like this. They just show you a high-powered projector, they show you a dark environment, and these are my different mixes, and this is how beautiful it looks. It's not supposed to be like that. No screen should have an excuse to do something like that. Whether you're a professional or just a hobbyist. You should do your job correctly. So here we go. Would you like to be a little closer? It's a dark green, not a light green. Pity. Contrast demonstration, did you say? On a blue screen? I wonder how that would work out. Let's see. Will the blue screen be able to read contrast even though the surface is blue? That's an interesting theory, wouldn't you think? So the surface is blue. So you think whatever you project on the surface is going to come out blue. See, that's the part you don't get and the part that doesn't click. The surface is blue. So if the surface is blue, that means the screen comes out blue. Because if you project on a black screen, that means the black surface comes out darker. But you project on a white screen, the white screen comes out brighter. But then you're thinking about the surface. And this is where you get lost in the translation. It's not the surface, it's the coding within the surface that makes this projector produce the color. That's the part I was trying to explain to you. It's very easy to understand. There's coding in the screen to read color. The surface has nothing to do with it. That's the problem with projection screens. That's the part that opened up in my head that unlocked. It's not the surface. For the longest time, I used to think it was the surface. It was the surface doing it. A screen had to be green, it had to be gray, it had to be this color, that color, in order for the surface to show up. It's all about contrast. It's nothing to do with that. It all has something to do with the coding within the screen that allows the projector to read. This screen is blue, which means everything that should be showing up on the screen should be in blue. White levels, red levels, orange levels, but it's not happening like that. You're seeing bright white show up on a blue screen. So how is that possible? That's why I said that we're working on something way beyond screen paint. Way beyond that. Coding. You know, years from now when I'm dead or whatever, someone's going to pretty much pick up on this. Like, wow, you remember this guy who came out a long time ago? We thought he was crazy because he was talking about projector coding. All right, so let's bring up contrast. When I speak this way, it's not against my my subscribers. This is against the naysayers. The naysayers are constantly saying, oh, well, that's possible. You can't do that. So and so and so. Good God, that no one down in history ever listened to you people. And I tell you why. Because we'd still be stuck in the Stone Ages. I mean, literally, we would be stuck in the Stone Ages. Because anyone who's going to come up with a new idea to invent something incredible or nice that would make our lives a lot more easier, you would always have those bunch of naysayers that would constantly be saying, oh, that's stupid. That's a dumb idea. Like Deuce said, Deuce sounds like he's nuts. Well, that's pretty much what they probably said to the Wright brothers while they were sitting up there in that barn on the top of that hill, making a plane that could fly. And now that you can get on your plane and go visit your mother, father, wherever they may be living halfway across the country, it's because two guys got together and put this and designed this. And that's why you can get on a plane today. You need to look around and look at all the intelligent things that you have in your house that make your life easier because it took someone to design it, build it, and put it together. And it took a naysayer to tell him that he couldn't get it done. But if I'm nuts, my screen's blue, right? So how is it pulling color? Can you explain that to me? How is it pulling a contrast level? The screen is sky blue. You do know that, right? That's the color of the screen. Oh, can't figure that one out, can we? That's how's that done? No, my friend, you call me nuts because you can't even put a scientific, logical answer to how it's doing that. Let me show you something. See, you call me nuts, but yet I do demonstrations that no one has ever matched. Challenges out there that I put out there that no one's ever matched. But yet I'm called nuts. I have demonstrations of a screen outside. Well, it's not rambling, buddy. If I have timestamp videos, live demonstrations showing me do it. It's not rambling. It's called proof, which I'm doing right now live. So let's pull up, let me see. I have a demonstration of a 180-inch screen outside of my backyard. My projector sits 21 feet back, 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm watching Star Wars on a black screen. So let's go to, let's see. I put in the last one was, oh yeah, it was 8K. It was 8K. 8K, Desire Nature. And keep in mind, I showed you my projector settings, so what more do you want? I mean, first you said, this is the Crow Boys. First they claimed my projector settings were so high, and that's the reason why I was pulling such an amazing image. Then it was the one where I was using high power venue projectors, but I have projectors of 900, 1,000 lumen old venue projectors that are so, for not old venue, but old projectors that are so old that pretty much they don't even work with the VGI. I have to actually bring in a PC to run half of them because they're so old they can't even run the adapters. Then it was the one that my screen wasn't really black. It was an actual dark gray, but keep in mind we have a dark gray screen called the Platinum Eclipse. That's so dark it looks black. So that was one of them. Let me see. One was, what was the other one we had? One was, oh yeah, my camera settings. My camera settings was the reason why, but there are 4 videos out there that you can go check out, Crowboy, especially for you, of me recording my phone as I was doing the demonstration, changing my settings and live. So we run out of all of those, okay? So you have nothing else. All right. And now you're watching a projector that's below factory settings. I'm pretty sure your projector is better than mine. That displays this on a screen that's blue. Because if the screen didn't have the capability of reading color, then all the colors that would come on here would be blue. But I'll let you watch this. I'll be quiet so you can see for yourself. Oh, it's not rambling. I'm just speaking the truth. And if you feel that what I'm saying is bothering you, then why are you here to begin with? You're obsessed with my work. That's what it is. Because if you don't buy my product and you don't like the way I sound, then why are you here? You're here because you're curious on what makes my technology what it is. You're obsessed with my work. I bet you $100 you're home probably watching my demonstrations in a fully lit environment and a dark environment where your screen would be sitting at, because you can't do what my screen doing, biting your bottom lip, wishing you had it, and trying to remember where the coffee table's at so you don't bang your knees trying to go to the bathroom when my screen is actually displayed with the lights on. You see this? See how beautiful that looks? That's a blue surface, which shows you we have color coding technology. Well, if I'm nuts, you're seeing it right there. So that's all they can say. The Crow Boys can only relate back by calling me nuts or crazy or whatever, but they're seeing it live. There's red, there's orange, there's green. But yet, Crow's paint couldn't even bring up a solid red or blue. Not even a contrast level. What was that you were saying? Oh well. They can't pull a contrast level. It looks horrible on our technology. Look at it. It's dark. Look how dark it is. And yet this screen right here can mimic that screen. All right. So here it is right here against our black screen, right? So what's the excuse? What's the excuse, Crow Boys? My screen's black. Look at the color difference in my screen. What's your excuse for my screen to be so dark that you can't even see it? Hold on for a minute. So what's the excuse? What's the excuse? Would you like to make it close? What's the excuse? No, look at it. What's the excuse? Look at this. Blended your screen. Where did it go? Let me just ask you a question. How's a black screen supposed to be so dark that our image can't pick up? You're trying to say our technology is so dark that you can't see it, yet we can blend our screen. Yet I can pull a contrast screen, I can pull a screen out. There you go, there's a screen right there. Boom! Boom! Oh, that's gotta hurt, Cowboys. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I'm enjoying this, and trust me, we're not even outside yet. We're going outside. We gotta go outside and play. Don't get mad over that. Come on now, don't get mad. Come on now. You'll get to have your fun, talk all this trash about me, but I bring you in here, I do a live demonstration, no smoke and mirrors, none of that. We do everything 100% real in here. And then when I do that to you, you get upset. When I prove you wrong about my camera settings, you get upset. You get angry. You just said, y'all made statements that my black technology was so dark that no one can see it. So how is it possible I'm blending into a screen that's lighter than my screen? Look at that. Are you kidding me? So how can you get mad at me? What are you upset about? What makes you so angry? I proved you wrong on something? That's what it is. I proved you wrong. That means all that dumb stuff you were talking about me, it makes you look like an idiot now. You know, it does. I'm sorry, but it does. But yet my screen's supposed, you can't see it. Can you make it out? Can you see it? I can see it right there. Yeah, we got a blue screen over here that's producing white levels, red levels, and green levels. Yeah. Because you know why? I can back up my work. You can't back up your work. I can back it up. Can't get mad at me over that because I do my work. What you mad at me for? Because I work long hours? I put my faith in God? That's what you're mad about? That's what you're angry about? That's your downfall, not mine. You need to grow up. You want to walk into my backyard and talk trash, I'm going to school you for it. And this is what you're getting. This is your backlash you're getting. All that trash talk you were talking, we're just inside the house. This is not even a real demonstration. We haven't even gone outside yet. What do you think would happen to one of your screens if I stick this outside on black technology? I guarantee I can tell you what's going to happen. If it's having a hard time fighting in here with this light, can you imagine what this is going to look like when I take it outside? So I'm going to do a splatter screen. That's what we're going to do, a splatter screen. And we're going to go outside. Not on the deck, in the backyard. And I'll be generous. I'll give you 4,300 lumens. But until then, what we're going to do is we're going to do that demonstration for 1 month. For 1 month, I'm going to get rid of this projector. No more 235.1 in this room. We're going to use the Sony 1,000 lumen projector, 600 by 800 lumens. And we're going to do the demonstration lights on only, which means in the challenge, all corners must be shown in the demonstration. The projector must sit back 11 feet away from the screen. And I want to see contrast demonstration, white level demonstrations, or for me, I'm going to pull contrast off easy. I have a black screen. So for me, I got to do white levels only. And since Crow makes that gray screen paint, I want to see contrast levels only. Because I can take my screen paint outside at 6 o'clock in the evening at 13 feet back, and I can pull a star field on my gray technology, which I already proven. Even our gray screens are far more advanced than his screens. And they can pull contrast levels. I can watch Tron outside at 6 o'clock in the evening on 1,000 lumens. So I hear when I give out challenges, no one talks back. Well, that challenge is already set in stone. So starting today, I will be swapping out my chip projector for that 1,000 lumen projector I have under my kitchen sink, and I'll be showing off demonstrations on that from now on for 1 month. And I want to see the same thing. I don't want to see any half curtains, because you see where this screen sits at? This screen sits in embedded by windows. I did a demonstration earlier this morning around 6 o'clock. This was on, embedded window, sunlight was pushing in. So much sunlight was pushing in, you could see it ricocheting off the side of the wall in here.
Yes, your new baby is here. Now all you want is to take her first in.
I don't want to see no dark backgrounds. I want to see that place fully lit, and I want to see contrast demonstrations. Preferably, I want to see the star field demonstration. And take that projector and get it out of there, the ultra short throw. Bring that projector back 11 feet. There you go. Look at the blue technology. As a matter of fact, any of you Crow boys who own Crow Screen Paint, I would like to see your demonstration too also at the bottom of this video. I'll come back and check. That's the whole thing, people. At the end of the day, I can back up my work. All my work is live. Majority of my work is live and time stamped. So if I tell you that I designed a coded blue screen that can pick up color, there it is. I'm going to show it to you. If I tell you that I can blend his technology and outperform it, I'll show it to you. I'm not going to back down from it. In my test demonstrations, all my project screen paints have to do that 13 feet at 1,000 lumens outside. So if my screen can pull up an image at 13 feet at 1,000 lumens outside, what do you think would happen if I bring it in here, the same projector? It would kill it in here with no problem. It did the demonstration outside. And they get mad at me because I get excited about my job and what I do because I can back it up. La-di-da. And that goes for any big company out there. Oh, I'm not excluding big companies. Any big companies out there who feel the need that they want to throw their hat in the ring, I challenge you. So keep in mind, when we start doing the coding for outside, how many screens do you think will survive that demonstration outside? It's not going to be too many of them. You know what I like to challenge? XY screens. But I've been studying their demonstrations. They do a lot of demonstration on ultra short throw projectors. So that just tells me right there that they depend on ultra short throws because the distance throw means it's closer to the screen, which means there's a great possibility that their screens don't do too well in long distance. Understanding. Why are you mad at me? Because I do my homework? You're mad at me. Just work hard. And then you can do stuff like that. See how my screen sits in there on all those windows? See how it produces that beautiful image? I can watch TV at 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon with sunlight pushing through my windows. Because I do my job. I do my job thoroughly. So they're sitting around all day hating on people for no reason whatsoever because I can't basically do better at life. I That's not my fault. That's your fault. Look at that. I want you to look at that screen. See how it's blue from edge to edge to edge. No fading, no washing out. You want to know what the brightness is on my projector sitting 18 feet back? It's 22 or 23 in brightness. You know what factory settings are? Factory settings are 50 all the way down. So my projector's below factory settings. But for those of you who don't believe me, I'll show you my settings on my projector. Is that a light coming through? There we go. 22. Now why you don't hear my projector? Because it's in whisper mode. Whisper mode in Chrissy's is considered to be eco mode. But yet they want to be mad at me. Sad. So all the light that comes through my windows. That bright, beautiful light pushing through. Let me see you do the same thing. So we have a blue screen decoding color. We got a black screen over here producing
Work today
a beautiful image.
while still working shoulder to shoulder. It means your 9 a.m. could be her 6 a.m. It means being radically honest. It means keeping track of people, places, and last minute changes.
Where did Crow's screen just disappear to on that black screen?
Taking a breath.
It's there.
Zoom
You
and
just
Slack
can't
and
see it.
slides and coming together all.
I'll show you where it's at. Can you see it? There it is. Would you like me to get up close? Now you can see it. So for screen, that is supposed to be so dark that you can't even see it. I can blend into its UV mix with no problem. Show what you need to see. There you go. That's what would happen if I took one of his gray screen paints, his light gray screen paints, and I stick them in that environment where my screen sits at. That's how it's going to react. So your gray screen, your darkest gray screen, my black screen can mimic your gray screen and produce a contrast level that your screen can't catch up to. Where the lightest screen we have right now is the sky blue or the blue. Blues are actually lighter than gray screens. And the blue screen can pull a blue level darker than your screen, even with a 4300 lumens 1080p Chrissy projector, 1920 by 1200. Yeah, that's what I'm using, the Powerhouse Chrissy right now. And you see all that light pouring in? Your screen washed out, it's gone. Because it can't read code, that's why. It is regular, everyday paint. There's nothing new about it. That's all it is. So here we are, a screen right here, outproducing your screen. And I got a black screen in here that is blended into your screen so well that you can barely see it. Unless I walk in front of the projector. As I said before, stay in your lane. As long as you mind your own business and you stay to yourself, I couldn't care less what you develop over there. That's none of my business. But when you start talking about how your technology is close to mine, then that's when I'm going to show you where you're wrong. You mind your own business, make your money, you don't even exist to me. But the minute you walk in my backyard and you want to start doing this, I'm going to take your technology and I'm going to do this to it. Now we're inside the house right now. So be glad I'm being merciful, because I could take you outside and it'd be a whole new worse ball game for you, trust me. These screens are designed to thrive outside. Inside of here is easy. If I'm doing demonstrations against certified high-performance screens, what chance do you think you have of going against one of these screens? Just educating you, man. Just educating you. You see that light hitting that screen right there? It's still maintaining blue. It's not about being able to zoom in and see how close you can see on the image. It's whether or not you can see the image from a distance. Because you're not going to be sitting that close to your screen. You're going to be sitting at a distance. I should be to sit right here and see those fish moving back and forth, the bubbles cascading. I should be to see all that with no problem. Now there's your screen. It just popped up. That is your handwriting, isn't it? You signed my container with your UV mix. This is your product. Now, Mr. Crow, understand this. You may try to do this email screening to keep people from buying your product, but I own all your product already. The minute I had that issue where I was trying to get in and get your product the first time, when you canceled my orders 3 times on live and then pulled down your eBay account so I couldn't get access to your product. But I had some few friends over in California order it for me. And I know you go through this whole paranoid stage of basically screening people. Let me explain to you about this. You don't have to harass my customers. You don't have to send them emails. If you want my product, you can order it off my website. You understand? So you can understand that. If I want some from any one of these companies like Elite Screens, I can go right to their website and I can place an order for a sample. You can come right to my website and you can place an order and your order will go through with no problem whatsoever. But you don't have to contact my customers harassing them because you sound like a complete deranged idiot, and that's how you're coming off as. And also too, this whole, I know you got a local pickup at your eBay. You don't want to do business in Philadelphia. You don't want to do business in Washington, D.C., Detroit, any place else. You want people to come in and locally pick up so you can see their face. That sounds a bit of paranoia to me. I know people have tried to email you for product, and you put them through a ridicule call screening, some kind of, to figure out if it's me. So if I come and buy your product, I should be able to buy your product and have it here with no problem whatsoever. But I've had to get other people to buy your product because you're terrified of me having it. And that shows something pretty bad there. If you're terrified of me having your product. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have, actually, what am I going to do? You don't got anything new. You don't have anything new at all. Well, I have everything in the warehouse storage unit. If you want, we can start doing testing, but I don't think you want to go against the sun killer because that screen is designed to take in a direct hit from sunlight, and I don't think too many screens are going to survive that one. So, as I said before, you mind your own business, stay in your little neck of the woods, and basically sell your products to your customers. we don't even know you anymore. Oh, but get in mind, I'm still going to sue you for the whole slander nonsense for calling me a scammer when I'm not. So I'm still going to sue you for that. But other than that, in your other business and all, that's your business, whatever, I don't care. But the minute you pick up my product or claim you got something from a customer or you fake a demonstration, you do that, I'm going to bring your paint out here. I'm going to play with it. All right? You mind your business, go about your business. I don't know you until we go to court. I still got to sue you for that. I'm sorry, but it has to happen. Can't call somebody something that's not true. And keep in mind, my lawyer is going to have me paint my screen in the courtroom. Yeah, I've seen you do it live about a dozen times. You can imagine the reaction when I do it in there. That's going to be interesting. I might get some business while I'm in there too. But anyway, let's see. From there, blah, 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 blah. We got to do that paint on screen. I got the screen mapping demonstrations, contracts for the company for that technology. Oh, that's going to be freaking wild to mess around with. And keep in mind, I kept it fair. I put other screens up there too, so you didn't feel like he was being singled out. I put other projection screen companies up there too to show the difference and all. So I've done that too, and I've been fair about the whole entire demonstration. I don't know how anybody can sit there and say, oh, you're unfair. You didn't do right by him. How? How to do right? Projector, screen paint, whatever, blah. How? What was I supposed to do? Keep all the lights out in the demonstration, bring in a high-powered projector, do that? That's what you wanted me to do? Because if that's the case, no, I don't do demonstrations like that. Bam. That's Blue Technology. And that's the same technology in here that took apart your UV mix. And that screen's far lighter than this one and pulled higher contrast in your screen. So like I said, you mind your business, you stay on your side of the fence, and I couldn't care less what you make, which I usually don't. But if you feel the need to basically say you have the same product as ours, I will show you where you're wrong in that. And this is where you'll have to go through this. All right? All right. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to do some gaming on this bad boy. Man, today's a fantastic day, ain't it? It's a fantastic day. You have no idea. You know what I voted for, right? Okay, just want to put it out there. Yeah, if you don't like it, get out of my face. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. I'm sorry. I kept this non-political for the longest time. Nah. And people say, oh, it doesn't affect people. Oh, it affects people. Yes, it does. Especially when you have respiratory issues and all that other crazy stuff. You know, the last time I hugged my godkids, they come by in the car. I got to wear a mask. I can't touch them. I can't hug them. I can't hold them, tell them how much I love them. I can't do any of that. Because I don't want to run the risk of if they're sick, they can make me sick or so and so and so. You know how messed up that is? You know how messed up it is? Every time you get groceries in, you're in the kitchen wiping off all your stuff. And if you don't do that already, because I feel sorry for you because, you know, you never knows where this stuff is coming from. But everything you touch, it's literally turned everybody, if not everybody, into germophobics. Because now you wash your hands more than you do, and it's become a habit of wash your hands, which you should wash your hands anyway, but you wash your hands more than ever. Touch the door and not wash your hand. You know, the funny thing about it, a friend of mine is a germophobic. And she said, I wish that people could understand what I go through every day. And you know what? I had to call up and say, you know what? I'm sorry, because I couldn't understand what you were going through until I had to walk a mile in your shoes. Whew, I've never wiped my mail off with bleach wipes. I've never wiped off groceries. Every time I have groceries comes out, I wash my hands constantly all the time. It's crazy for me to buy used projectors because I know the projector's coming from somebody else. I have to wipe everything down. You watch me do it on camera all the time. And with my containers and my stuff coming to you guys, all my stuff gets bleached. I'm going to show you, since I can bring my camera to the backyard, what I do with my containers. I actually fill them up in a big trash bag. I mix all this bleach water and I poke holes in the bags and I drain all that bleach over those containers. Because then I don't have to run the risk of basically touching the container and touching my face. I've trained myself not to touch my face when I go outside. And that's annoying because we're used to touching our faces all the time. So these are little things that we had to learn to do. Have to learn to do. Yeah, I'm happy. You have no idea. And like I said, I don't know. I'm not certain what's going to happen. I don't. But anything's better than that nonsense. It really is. And some people may not agree with me. That's your freaking world. I don't care. All right. This is my world I live in. Anything could be, it's better. Anything is better. I'm sorry. I mean, I understand. I don't trust, like I said, I don't trust all of them. And I don't. I really don't. I really don't. I don't trust politicians. I don't trust any of that at all, period. But after this one right here, I can really understand how some of my friends overseas tell me about some of the things that they go through dictatorship and stuff like that I couldn't understand at the time because I was living in a country of freedom. Now I understand some things. I understand a lot. So I'm happy. If you people want to unsubscribe from my channel, never talk to me again because I supported this man, then go ahead. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, God has my back and he makes sure what I have on my table, he makes sure I have enough food to eat. He takes care of me. So, you know, it is what it is. All right. That being said, I am going to sit down, relax today, pray and thank the Lord. And yeah, I did go a little too far with the whole, I admit I did get a little too crazy with the, but you know what? It feels good to basically, when somebody tries to tear you down and try to destroy your company, it feels good to be able to go, yeah, take it. That's how it feels. It's a wonderful feeling. Oh, well, I got things to do. I got to build me a 200, how big is that screen going to be? It's going to be 11 feet high and 25 feet wide. That is going to be freaking huge. I'm doing the 3D mapping on that. I can't wait. My neighbors are going to, I actually talked to my neighbors today and told them, like, yo, I'm gonna call you guys. I'm gonna bring you outside. I'm gonna show you something really cool, something cool for the kids. So I'm gonna do some kind of display show for the kids. That's gonna be in the back, and then in the front, I'm gonna do the driveway projection screen. So I'm going to be painting a lot of screens. So if you want some demonstrations or tutors on how to paint your own driveway screens using fabric, I'm going to be doing a lot of those. So I'm going to do some jet black ones. We're going to do some 3D printing on. I'm going to do something pretty cool for the kids to watch and look at. Maybe some Christmas 3D mapping designs and stuff like that, or probably 3D map the house or something like that. You know what I mean? To give the kids something to look at. You know what I mean? But it's going to be fun. Let me get this off. Let me take this off because this is wrong. It's not wrong, but let me just remove it. Enough is enough. We're done. What's that? All right, so hopefully on the 12th, my software should be in here. I'll show you this stuff when I get it. It's a bit pricey. I mean, if you got it, I mean, pretty much for so much you guys pay for projectors, you could have bought one already. But I'll show you what I got, and I'll show you how I'm setting it up for my 3D mapping, which I can't wait. I want to do the Wizard of Oz. That's what I want to do. I want to do his face in 3D coming out of that screen. Yeah, that's what I want to do, that one right there. I'm doing the Stargate portal. Definitely, actually going to, should I build that thing? I should build the Stargate's portal. Yeah, I should do that. Oh, wait. While we're here, hold on for a minute, because I got to swap my projector. Remember, I made that bet about swapping the projector, that challenge. So let me go grab my projector so we can start that one and disconnect this one. Now, even if he doesn't do it, I'm still going to do it. Because I have confidence in my technology. And I still want to pull that over because I have to disconnect the ultra short throw because I don't need it anymore. I'm done with that. If I do find a merchant that basically has those projectors, I'll post them up there so everybody can get one. If I do just one merchant, then you're not going to be able to, just one person's just going to benefit from that. Bye, 235.1. I will see you next month. I just shut my projector off. Let's try that one again. Right, there we go. Goodbye. Goodbye, 235.1. I shall see you next month. Yeah, I'm definitely doing this. All right, before we do that, let's see what happens. Goodbye. ceiling. I told you. I want to show you. I just swiped it over to my screen, right? I'm going to show you the settings again in this projector. I told you. Screens are designed to react on just about every projector I can throw at it. All right, hold it for a minute. There we go. All right. Here's my settings again. Brightness, -1. At -1. So there's not, you're using a high powered projector. Well, this is a short throw projector, ultra short throw projector at -1, and it sits again, as I showed you before, over and over again. It sits in eco mode. Eco mode display on. Let's go up here. Let's go to this. Lights off. I don't know if that was a raven or a crow. They both look the same. All right, so let me disconnect all this because I am going to, oh. See how it changes? Oh, how's it do that? Is it blue there? Yeah, we'll figure that one out. I don't have time to explain that one. How would it look without the technology? That's how it would look. See half of it peeking onto the ceiling? Because the ceiling's coated in black technology. Anywhere it hits where black technology is present, the screen pulls up. See that? So that's stuff they don't show y'all. You should be seeing it. It's a shame that you don't. Now we need to go into... I'll make sure I get this right, because last time I made a mistake of basically, let me see, we need not reset, we need power options, turn off the system, we're done there, it's done, turn this off. Now I have to go in and I have to swap out my projector. All right, swap the projector out. For the I think I'm just going to use, this is for the other one. I'm going to use my Fire Stick for this one. So like I said, if you have Fire Stick will work with the adapter. Just want to let you know if you're going to use Fire Stick and you don't have any HDMIs on the back of your projector, you can use a Fire Stick instead, and it will actually use on that adapter. So there's the screen right there. I'm going to swap our projectors out right now. I'm going to I should have turned it off, but whatever. I'll use a little Sony for 1 month. Oh, and that projector is going to have to be 600 by 800 res, 720p at 1,000 lumens or under. And it's going to have to be approximate. We'll get the measurements on how far it's got to be back. So that's what we're going to measure there. So I'm going to sound with this, so I'm going to use disconnect my soundboard since I'm not using that anymore with that. And I'm going to run this through my whole sound system back here. I'll run it through back here. So this is now going to be the main projector from now on. And I'm not going to use the other one anymore. There we go. All right, all swapped out. So that's going to be my main projector from now on for every demonstration for 1 month. And I'll put my other one back in. Let me see if I can find the whatchamacallit. Hold on, I got to find my whatchamacallit, my stick. One. Can I plug it in? No, it's all right. Can't plug it in. There we go. Oh, I'll plug it in. We're good now. What the heck is going on? I didn't plug it in. There we go. So that'll be my screen for 1 month. Until then, there's my screen popping off in there. And it's starting to get dark in here, so yeah, I can turn my lights on. That's the beautiful thing about this technology. So now my lights are on. You can watch my lights come through, window light come through. Okay. Oh, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. There we go. 1,000 lumens. I'm going to have to use 4.3 because that's all I'm going to be able to get. These projectors don't do, they don't do 16:9. They do 4.3. These are the older ones. The older projectors. All right, so let me see where my fire stick is at. What am I going to watch? Let's just do football highlights. Netflix. Oh, I forgot. Not Netflix. Wrong choice of words. YouTube. Football highlights. I'll just straighten my projector a little crooked. Screen a little bit crooked. All right. I'll just watch some highlights for the day. Yeah. And I made sure the projector was pushed a little higher up so that way it'd be closer to the light. So you can check that out. Turn my overhead projector. Let me see. 4K snow demonstration. There you go. So I can watch this all day. Doesn't make a difference. This is what I'm going to be using for my projection screen from now on for 1 month, because I can swap my projectors out. It doesn't make a difference. I don't have to depend on a projector to make the image look fantastic. Which means that projector he's using, that PX something, he's got to get rid of. If his screen paint really does what it's supposed to do, he should be able to do a star field demonstration on the projector that I'm somewhat using at 11 feet back. Should be around 11 feet back. Let me measure that out too, so we all get that on tape. And I want to see a star field demonstration. See, since I have a black screen, I have to always, anytime I do a video on the screen, which will be every day for my word, I do a demonstration displaying white demonstrations only on the screen. High bright levels on the screen only. And if you want me to show my camera settings, I will give you a recording of that. Which on his, I want it live. Demonstration. Star screen demonstration, any form of OLED demonstrations, black contrast demonstrations. Oh, there's a bunch of them. He can type into the keyword or put in black contrast demonstration. Sony has a couple of really dark black contrast demonstrations. And I want to see that on that light gray screen paint mix on he has on his wall. And I want to see that on a projector sitting all the way back. Now back it up. And if you sit there, and if you start running his mouth about how, oh, but you got a black screen, I got a black screen, but I'm showing all white levels. I'll pull out that gray screen and I'll pull out a contrast demonstration outside again, and I'll challenge you to that one. So you don't want to go down that road. So if I got to display all white levels on my screen, then you should be able to display all contrast levels on your screen. If I can do the opposite, you can too. So he should not have a problem. If I can do the opposite and show white levels on a black screen, you should be able to do the opposite and take your gray screen paint mix. I want to see that light gray screen paint mix. I don't want to see any dark ones. That light gray screen paint mix, and I want to see you do a demonstration on contrast demonstration, starting with that star field. And I want to see it in a fully lit environment. Now, I showed you how, in my demonstration, how I had my screen sitting over there with all that window light pushing it around that screen, sunlight cascading on the side of the screen, the light's coming on right now. His back of his screen doesn't even look that bright. That's all I'm asking you to do. Mind me about this. Same demonstration. I don't talk anymore about this stuff. Do the same demonstration, or don't speak of myself anymore. I'm going to show you something real short, Crow. I'm going to take my screen, my projector, I'm going to move it right in there on that screen now. With all that light around it. So you can't sit there and say, well, the environment that he's using right now doesn't have any window light around it. And I got two windows in the back. Well, I got two windows side to side to my screen. They sit right next to my screen. And my screen's 126 inches, which means they're taller than the windows, which means that window light actually passes through my screen all the time. My overhead light generates more light in my living room than in yours. Where you can see the light pushing around the top, you can see it's putting up from the side, and you can see that whole entire area is white. It's illuminated. I don't have different color walls blocking light. So I'll swap my projector's going back in here, but I'm going to put it in here for a minute to show you. like I said, I want to see contrast only. No colors, no beautiful color, none of that. Contrast only. Because if you don't, then that means you just have everyday house paint. Get you guys off my charger. There you go, Crow. I can move my screen about my projector anywhere in the environment. I'll do a demonstration on it one day. Matter of fact, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll walk around my entire house and I'll hit every last screen with 1,000 lumens. Maybe the projector's sitting too close. So let's bring it back a little farther. Let's see, maybe we're too close to the screen. My projector here sits at 18 feet. How far do you think that's away from the screen? I think we might be too far. We're not far enough away. Let's go a little farther. Let's bring it all the way back, even farther. Not far enough. You want me to go farther? I'll go farther for you. How far are you want me to go? Let's go all the way back. Come on, let's bring it back. All right. There we go. Is that far enough for you? 1,000 lumens? Maybe it's too dark in the environment. Maybe it's too dark. We don't have enough light here. Maybe we need to turn this light on too and make it even more brighter in here. Make it more of a challenge. Remember, they've been tested outside, so let's see what we can get going. Let's do some football highlights. Football highlights, YouTube. Let's see if we can watch the game from back here at 1,000 lumens. Because my last projector I'm using right here is a Chrissy projector, 1080, full 1080p, 1920 by 1200 at 4,300 lumens. Football highlights, YouTube. The projector we're using in the demonstration is only 1,000 lumens, 600 by 800 res at 720p. So let's see if we can bring up something at this far back. Oh, that Assassin's Creed. I forgot all about that game. I'm definitely going to be grabbing that one too. So there you go. There you go. Oh, but I forgot it's too dark in here, right? We got to fix that problem. All right, there we go. There we go. How about now? How about now? Let's bring my, sorry about this. This power cord's kind of tangled up here. Let's disconnect that power cord just for a minute so I can bring this back a little bit farther so we can go all the way back here and show you that my projector is passing through two lights, hitting two sets of windows and that overhead powering light I have over in there at 1,000 lumens and still maintaining a picture quality that you can see way back here. Next to windows. Not basically hiding from windows, not the windows way in the background pulling up. I'm talking about right next to the windows. And you know what? There's something interesting, Crow, before I sign off here. I don't have awnings, which means I don't have anything low blocking any light hitting the screen. That means any light that comes through comes right through and connects right across the screen. You have these shaded awnings, which is not your fault because that's what happened when you purchased the house. Had the apartment. But you automatically have these awnings that come down. Well, those awnings, when they come down, what happens is any kind of light coming down is reflected from the awnings. That means all the light comes in from the bottom. And it only hits the bottom half of your screen. I know all that because I studied your environment and I know exactly how the light actually enters your environment. I know for a fact that in the background of your screen, you have an air conditioner right here with a window that's always blocked in. Why is it always blocked in over there? That window light should be coming through. Why is there a problem with that? So the background where your screen sits is completely dark. I couldn't even make out half of the stuff that you have in your environment. See the difference between the ceiling and the screen and that technology? Let me come over here because I don't want to shoot my neighbors at all. Because I don't want them saying, hey, what the freak are you doing with a camera near my window? You see where my window sits? See where it comes in? It graces right across the screen. My screen, see that corner pocket right there? Now, if my screen was pushed farther in and the window was farther out, that means the window light would be missing my screen. But my windows actually sit very close to the next window, which doesn't give it much of a pocket. Light passes right through the screen. That's why when you saw the demonstration, when the sunlight was cascading through, you could see it hitting the side of the screen. I recognize all that. Every demonstration, when I watch people's stuff, I watch everything in your environment. And I see at the end of the video, the first thing you do is you show a little bit of light in your environment. And then when you get done showing off that little bit of light, you turn off all your lights and go, look how amazing it looks. No. And these demonstrations that you're going to be doing, those lights are going to stay on. Anytime you do a video demonstration, those lights are going to stay on. From beginning to end, they will stay on. And you will do dark contrast demonstrations. All the demonstrations you shy away from, I want to see that OLED fish demonstration, that Starfield demonstration. Heck, whatchamacallit has this pitch black. Matter of fact, any form of heavy contrast demonstration with very little whites in it, I want to see that demonstration on your wall, on your screen. And that PX747, you can get that thing out of the way. We're going to use low-end projectors. And like I said, your projector is going to be 600 by 800 res, 720p at 1,000 lumens or lower. And it has to sit back. I say I'm 11 feet. Actually, farther back here. Let me get my measuring tape here. Oh, farther back. Oh, yeah. Now, I don't expect for you to go, and this is not to be rude, people, don't take this the wrong way. I don't expect for you to go 25 feet back because your apartment's not that big. I can go 25, 30 feet back in this house with no problem, but I don't expect for you to do that. I can only work with what you have. Now, keep in mind, when I start building that massive, giant monster of a screen in the backyard, you're not going to compete on that. That thing is pretty much going to be big enough to eat up just about everything, and that's why I'm building that giant monster, to show you this screen on a bigger scale, but I also need that for commercial use only too. Also too, for companies that are interested in that mapping technology, which I can't wait. Yeah, demonstrations outside, it's only cool. All right, so let's see how far we're sitting back from the screen right now compared to where you guys be at. All right, so we are around 16 feet away from the screen. We're 16 feet away. Let me show you the measuring tape. I always like to show the measuring tape measurements. So we're 16 feet. So let's see, measuring tape is here. My projector sits back, my Chrissy sits back 18 feet. It has to be back 18 feet. So that's where you have to do your measurements at. Where the lumens start is where the measurement should hit. So it should be right here. So I'm at around 16 feet and some change. All right. My Chrissy sits back 18 feet. Whew, I tripped over my projector. And that's what you're going to have to pull, buddy. But you're not going to be 16 feet back because I know you don't have 16 feet back to pull to begin with. So we're going to basically come back in here on the black screen because you did challenge my black technology. You didn't challenge the blue. So that's not necessary. Don't worry about that. You don't have to do that demonstration at 16 feet back. If you do challenge the blue, you're going to do 21 feet back outside. What I'm going to do is we're going to do 11 feet in here. I'm going to show, now you see the screen's blue. Told you, because you look at it, it look gray. It's blue. As you can see, it's a blue screen. But as I told you before, we're going to do in here in this challenge, I'm going to use that projector for 1 month. All those demonstrations you were doing, showing how amazing the screen looked, you're going to do all those demonstrations you've been doing, but they're going to be dark contrast only. On my end, I can only use white levels only. Bright, beautiful, vivid colors. What my screen is not supposed to be to do, and you're going to do all those dark contrast demonstrations in a fully lit environment. I don't want to see any little peppered lights in the environments. I want to see those windows in the back pulled all the way up. That's what I want to see. That same demonstration you showed with your P1 projector, showing that football demonstration with all that light in the environment, that's what I want to see. That environment, and I want to see contrast demonstrations. No colors, none of that stuff. Your screen is designed for colors. I want to see what it's opposite, what it's not designed for. I want to see contrast. We both know how this is going to end, so, just swallow it and just deal with it. If you did your test correctly, you wouldn't have a problem. It'd be easy for you if you did your test correctly. Oh, what you're hearing going off in the background, that's not a bomb, like something's going to explode or blow up. We got an Army base somewhere around here, and they do a lot of testing on stuff. Nothing crazy. It's just a little warning horn. That's all it is, but nothing crazy. When I first moved here, and I've heard it go off, it freaked me the heck out because I thought, oh, God, this is fantastic. Finally moved to a nice place and everything, and they're dropping a bomb. No, it's not what you think it is. I don't know if it's an Army base or a dam. It's something big, but it's not something where you can be killed. They do it every once in a while. Because I noticed that when it went off, I'm looking around and I'm thinking like no one else is running around going crazy. I'm thinking, oh, this must be the normal. So I kind of asked a few neighbors like, yeah, there's some kind of test facility or something like that. That's all it is. But the minute you hear a horn go off, and if you see it, I have a bunch of golfers. You see all them suckers start running, then you know something's going down. But other than that, they don't play golf. No, I don't care. All right. Now, for the person who's saying about rambling on, it's different if you're rambling on and you're not backing it up. But if you're backing it up as you're talking, then that's a different story. But y'all got 1 month. Crow Boys, you're welcome to the challenge too. Contrast levels only, bright, all the lights on, environment. Projector has to be 1,000 lumens, 600 by 800 res. I think you're going to have a big sale on these projectors on eBay because I would suggest you go buy one of these. And I want to see contrast levels only. And if you don't do the demonstration properly, I will do it for you. Okay? Like when I told you to do that challenge outside and you refused to, I bought your paint and I did that demonstration for you. I will do it for you. Which means I will go out and I will buy a 106 frame screen and I will coat it with your technology and I will take my screen down and put your screen up there and we'll do that demonstration. As a matter of fact, I'll take this one down and put yours up and I'll do that demonstration with this projector for 1 week for you. The same thing goes if any big company decided to challenge my technology and say, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I'm going after you. Let's see where your technology stands. Whether it be Black Diamond or any big company out there, you want to basically challenge my technology and say this is what it isn't, then we can go toe by toe. That's what we can do. I have no problem with it. I love challenges. If you're going to slander my technology and say it is what it isn't, well, I just gave you a challenge. It starts today, so you know. So I'm hooking mine up right now. So I'm all set up and ready to go. Anytime I do a demonstration, and I promise, here's the deal, buddy. Anytime you do a demonstration, it's got to be on that screen. And all you have to be on that screen, you have to do what I asked you to do. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to do a demonstration every day off that screen for 1 month. And the brightest, whitest images I could possibly find. And I'm using a 1,000 projector. And you're going to have to do the same thing. I want to see that star field demonstration. As a matter of fact, I will send you a bunch of links. I will email you a bunch of links if you can't find any. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, Crow. You're going to enjoy this. This is what true testing is, man. And maybe you can see all the flaws in your technology and you can say, you know what? I'm going to better it by making it better. And then who knows? You may make a better product. Maybe better than mine. I want to teach you how to work hard for your product. That's what I'm going to do. I'm giving you a gift. You know a screen that beat my screen, Crow? Seymour AV 1.3. That's why I like that screen so much. I don't hate the company. I respect the man that made it. Because he made a screen that allowed me to make a screen almost close to his. Almost close to his. Not close to his. When I was developing silver technology and I was working in that field, I got a chance to get my hands on a Seymour AV 1.3. No matter what I did, I couldn't match that screen for nothing. But it made me work harder to design better technology in that field. But still couldn't match the screen. Do I hate that man? Do I slander him for it? No, I praise him for it. Very good technology. Amazing good screen. If you ever hear me talk about this guy, like, yeah, I met the guy Chris from Seymour AV. Cool dude. Real nice guy. But instead of you... Nah, never mind. Forget it. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time on that one. I'll explain it to you. You walk with a full glass. It's impossible for you to learn. Now, if I just pull that projector back 16 feet in that fully lit environment, work today? I work every day. But goodbye. Oh, buddy, if I work 2 hours and I live here and I pay $1,700 a month, that means I'm doing pretty good. So, yeah, bye-bye. Again, no knowledge of understanding whatsoever. You see my table full of orders. I make $160 a quart at maybe between 10 and 15 on my table. And some of those are gallons at $248. All right. So I've been blessed to have a company that allows me to be able to work. If I can't work those hours, sometimes I work that. But I work crazy hours. And you see the hours I work. I start my streams at 6 o'clock. So at 6 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and this guy's what makes this guy an idiot. He comes in and goes, oh, you only work 2 hours a day? See, that's what I'm talking about. They don't acknowledge themselves on what I do, and that's what makes them sound like idiots. Those of you who have been on my channel have seen me get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, wrapping up orders, checking tracking numbers, talking to the person who takes out my orders. So I'm up around 4 o'clock in the morning. When I was building my gaming room, I didn't think I didn't sleep for like a day. Somebody asked me, like, man, when are you going to get some sleep? I'll get some sleep when I get ready to get some sleep. Because I had to build that room for demonstration. So then I had this project I had to knock out. I had this screen actually sitting here for 2 days, and I couldn't paint it until I finished all the other orders I had to take care of first. So, yeah, whatever. Crow Boys. You're upset and you're sad. You can't use the whole camera recording tricks anymore. You have nothing left. So, bottom line is, he's going to have to do the challenge. It was already put up. So, like I said, snow demonstration. On my end, I have to show all white levels. And on his end, he has to show all contrasts. 4K snow demonstration, YouTube. Make sure I got the right one. So stop talking the trash, and if you have the paint, do the demonstration. You're also welcome to put your hat in the ring. 4K snowstorm. That's all. You're welcome to put your hat in the ring. You don't have to sit there and run your mouth about this, that, and the other. Just do the demonstration. You got a camera, you got a cell phone, you got a YouTube account, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be on here. So if you basically support the product so much, do the demonstration. There you go. Mine's already set up. It'll be there for 1 month. Every time I do a demonstration, which will be just about every day, because that's what I do, I will do a demonstration on this screen. Whether it be this screen, it will still have a demonstration with this screen in it. And that's his challenge. Every day for 1 month, he's going to have to do a demonstration without that PX747, convert back to an older projector, bring it back 11 feet. Specifications on the projector are 600 by 800 resolution, 1000 lumens or lower, and it's going to have to be done on dark contrast demonstrations. Now, since he has a gray screen, he'll do dark contrast. Since I'm on a black screen, I have to do white levels. That's all. But keep in mind, if his screen paint, that light gray screen paint, which I have here, if it couldn't pull up an image on that screen right there at 18 feet back at 4,300 lumens, while sunlight was cascading in a well-lit environment, and that's just blue, that's not contrast, how well do you think he's going to do? So you want to say I'm rambling? No, I'm not rambling. I put a challenge in. For you, if you're coming out here running your mouth, then you're basically rambling, because I don't want to hear. I want to see results like I'm showing right now. Show me the results. Don't talk to me. Show me the results. You got a product right now. Do all those lights on your environment right now, and put on a star field demonstration. Let me see it in a fully lit environment. And I don't want any lamp shades or none of that stuff. I want some bright environments. I want to see all the corners. All those corners have to show. Show all those corners. Keep it nice and bright in there. That's what I want to see. If you can't back it up, then you shouldn't be in here. Keep your mouth shut. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. Get mad at yourself. There we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave that on while I clean up. Crow boys, if you want, you can get your chance. I got some milk on the table and some crow pie. Try not to eat too fast. I don't want you to choke. I'm gonna talk trash about my technology. Back it up. It starts today. 1 month. Every day. I want a demonstration on black contrast, and I want to see it in a well-lit environment. No peppered little lights, none of that stuff. I want that room lit up the same way you had it lit up when you were showing off that projector in that football demonstration. I want to see light hit that screen like crazy, and I want to see black contrast only. And get rid of that ultra short thread thing. Gotta go. So, tomorrow, we will be doing some demonstrations on the, oh, Crow, I'm about to take it to another level, but keep in mind, this still stands. We're going to do a demonstration on this projector, the 900 lumen and 800 lumen, all together on the same screen at 11 feet back tomorrow. Snowstorm demonstration. If you want, we could do this at around in the morning, or whatever way you want to do it, but it's still going to be done. So while you're going to be doing that demonstration, I'm going to bring down my 800 lumen Mitsubishi and my 900 lumen ViewSonic. And we're going to do those demonstrations on those projectors too. That's for me, not for you. So yay! Yay! It's not for me. Well, I'm not going to need this right here, the overhead. So I'm not going to need that right there. So that's not going to need it. I'm not going to keep this room well lit. I'm going to do a demonstration in here. This room has to be well lit. All right, so do it that way. I'm going to swap out for a minute. Whew, man. Just wait a minute. Chromecast in, because in that way I'm easy to get access to content that I want to use. There we go. Because I have to voice speak in this thing all the time. At least for my cell phone, I can pick out what I want from there. There we go. I'm going to use this right here for, I don't want to use that. I'll use it for something. I won't need it in here. Oh, wait. I can test that on this projector right here. I don't want to use a Fire Stick on this screen with this projector right here. All right. Let me see. Let's go with, let's see. Let's do some white skin tones. That my screen is not designed to do, or not supposed to do. Like show off skin tones. I can bring you a little closer if you want to see what that looks like. Let me get my charger unplugged and pull it up because I'm going to keep this on here. We'll let this play for a little while. So you can get a bit of a preview on how this is going to be done. A little bit. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Now see, I can do this easily. Now you have to do it. But none of this for you, all dark contrast. Like, let me give you an example. Let's see. There's something called, well, let's just play for a little bit. So you can get an idea what you're against. Should I change my settings real quick so you can see that I can put it in black and white and still produce white levels in black and white? Because if the screen wasn't producing a white level, then all this would be black because only two colors can present themselves, black or white. So that shows you I'm changing my settings in my camera to black and white. I can record the whole thing in black and white if you want. Or we can just go back to the normal color. This I can get used to. I'll tell you something. If this projector did 235.1, I wouldn't even have to spend the freaking money I paid for this projector. I could just go with this. Oh, we're done already? Okay, let's find something else brighter. Let's look for something really super bright. Let's go with, let me see. Here we go. This will definitely work. How about this? I hope the Wi-Fi isn't active too much today. Let me see what the Wi-Fi is going on here. All right. Give me a minute to fix this. Oh no, it's good. It's good. Cool. Just bring it back so you can see. There we go. That's better. So, I'm going to be doing another paint on demonstration right here, because if you notice in my screen I have a marking right here and there. Now, where that came from, I was doing a test on another screen, and the back of the screen was wet. Touched my screen, I had to roll over it, and I caught the rail. So that's where I got the markings at. So now I have to go do it again because that's how it's supposed to look. You see how smooth that surface looks? That's how it's supposed to look. But that one I damaged because I went back over the roller and I caught the rail. So now I have to do that screen all over again. And you have any idea what it's like taking a 138-inch 235.1 screen off a wall and that by yourself and placing it down and repainting it? So we'll be doing that one tomorrow. I have to repair my screen. That's why you have to have that cloth. I thought I could get away with it. We're trying to paint around it and I caught the rail. All right, so we're doing wet levels. Let's do some clouds. Did we do clouds already? I have to do all bright colors only. Like beaches, stuff like that. Stuff that the screen is not supposed to be able to pull up. Black screens can't pull up. Ooh, what about this? Definitely got to do this one. This is cool. It's only a short video, but I like it. It's so cool. A minute, I'll fix this. Okay. There we go. And what to do is let's go in. I have to reconnect it real quick. Nope, don't cancel. Okay. Here we go. Now let's go back in again and let's bring that back up again. Yeah, see how bright those white levels are? Now I can display stuff like that, but I can't display any contrast levels at all, period, on the screen. All right, give me a little minute. This phone gets a little finicky when it comes to my contract, when it comes to basically me trying to, if it doesn't work, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and just hook up another system to it, that's all. There we go. There we go. Let me see if I can find something. It's going to give me hours of white levels. But pretty much any bright levels I can. Oh yeah, I know. Give me the butterfly. I need to get something out of this right here. This would be perfect. I got something just perfect. This will definitely work. Should I hit that? Let me check that already. Okay. This will be perfect. This will give me hours of white displays. Well, if it's not showing up, then I'm gonna just bring in my other one, which I have another Chromecast that works perfectly. I gotta put this in somewhere. Let me see what's going on here. Because I can get this one to run, this would be fantastic. I could run this all day. I'm gonna just leave it on this one. There we go. That's one with the music. They got two of these, one with music, one without music. I get the joys of painting my 235.1 again tomorrow. I was doing a demonstration, tapped the screen, I was like, oh, you're gonna be freaking kidding me. So I had to repaint it again. At least I got enough royalty to do it. I would like to put one of these in the backyard. But the wind hits it, it'll take it right down. I'm gonna figure a way how to build a... Ooh, wait a minute. I could build a stand to put one of these outside. It's the same scenario actually would be for building the... It'll be the same scenario for building the... Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that. That'll definitely work. So the same thing how I had the projector sitting in a somewhat magazine rack. I could build two stands on each side that it would have a slot in it like this. And I can actually slide that screen in and lock right in place. The two screen stands at the bottom could have cement buckets that would actually keep the screen positioned. That means anytime I want, I can take the screen. Oh man, if I make it on a system or rail where I can slide them back and forth, it's kind of like, okay, you ever been like in soldering class and you got those two alligator arms like this that actually hold the board together while you make the soldering? All right, something like that, but they're standing up this way, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to build something where I can slide back and forth to each side screen I want. So I can just go out over the screen and just slide it in there and it'll lock in place. That'll keep the screen from blowing over because the cement barrels will keep it down. And I can put any size screen out there I want. Yes! That's what I got to build. Then I can have a 235 outside. Oh man, it's gonna be a good idea to do. Oh yeah, definitely got this another project to work on. See, that's what I'm telling you. That's how amazing God is. I just think of an idea and he just gives me the blueprint. So right now as I'm talking, the blueprints are popping up in my head how to build and put this thing together. This is gonna be awesome. And I can put LED lights at the bottom like a UFO effect on the bottom of the screen. Oh yes, this is definitely cool. Yes, okay. I'm gonna start the blueprints on that one. I'm thinking like, how am I gonna get it out? Yeah, that'd be perfect. And keep in mind, I still have that frame upstairs from Elite Screen that never picked up their screen, so that's a 135-inch screen. If I can build a system where I can lock any size screen in, that means I can take that screen, get a piece of material, stretch it over, and I can make a rear projection screen by using a form. What kind of tarp would I use? I just need a basically plastic tarp. That's all that you can see through. And I can actually design some kind of metal clips that collect onto the back of that screen. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I can design my own rear projection screen at 135 inches. Make it super jet black. I wonder how much would a super black... Wait a minute. That would be interesting. Using rear projection screen technology on 3D mapping. I've got an idea! Yeah. That is going to be absolutely amazing. Yeah, I gotta build this. Then what I do, once I get it built, I will put the blueprints on how I built it and how I put it together. I'll take pictures of it shot by shot by shot, how I did it. So you can actually do it yourself. They got all that old, the wood they cut in the back. I'm gonna actually see if I can piece some of it together. I'm gonna build like maybe like a 50-inch kind of nature screen made out of pieces of wood, stuff like that, with the original bark attached to it. I think that'd be kind of cool. I would have to use a fabric screen. I would have to use some form of bungees to actually wrap around the pieces of wood. And I'd probably need about 10-inch galvanized screws and connect them together. right, so I'll let you guys watch that. Tomorrow we come on, we'll do some more demonstrations on that screen because we have to do that every day for 1 month. I'll just have to get online and just try to find exactly how much white contrast I can dig up for these demonstrations. And of course, I can use anything colorful, bright, beautiful images, pink images, or there's tons of flowers. Can you want flowers? Let's see. A little dark in there. That's a problem.
Oiling the tissues cause your nose dry. Try soothing puffs plus lotion instead.
There we go. Anything bright. Just gonna measure and tape out for this real quick. Let me get all this stuff picked up real quick. All right, I'm going to have to order an inflatable projection screen because I called them out, so I got to go do it. Well, I'm going to do it anyway because, in fact, it's going to be fun. So I had to go track down all these companies that have sample sheets and see which one of those have outdoor projection screens. Oh. When I paint the inflatable screen, I'll do that live so you can see how it's done. Now, I know some people will say, well, how come you had to give him that challenge and that kind of tone? Because he's sneaky. He doesn't do things correctly by the book. He always tries to cut corners all the time. So I have to be specific on how I have to say things to him because he'll try to cut corners. But there's no way he can get out of this one. He's going to have to do the demonstration. If he doesn't, that means just buying everyday paint, that's all. So let's see how far we're sitting back from our screen. My projector's pressed right against my wall for the back, so let's see where we stand at so we can be accurate on how far he's going to have to be. All right, let me see. So where my projector sits back, Crow, I'm 10 feet away from my screen. That's where I have to be at, right there. So that's where my screen sits. Come all the way back here to see where that projector lands. And we are 10 feet. So that's where you're going to have to be at, 10 feet. Displaying black contrast on your gray screen paint mix. And I don't want to see the UV mix because we already tested that over here. We put that against a black screen, you know what's going to happen. And we'll do it for you over here. So don't do the UV mix, that dark UV mix. Go and you get your lightest screen paint that you have. And since you're claiming that to be such an amazing technology, and I want to see that contrast demonstration. If we got to display white on our black screens, you should be to display black on your gray screens. And at any given time within the 1 month, if there's not a video presented every day, then I will do your demonstration for you. That's not fair. That's not fair. It's not fair. I can say it right now. I didn't challenge you. That's not fair. It is. Talking all this trash. Do the challenge. Should be easy. Ugh. All right, people. Check and see what's going on in the next room. I am setting up my environment for my night light. The only thing I'm going to miss is the fact that I'm not going to be able to use this projector at all. So I'm just going to have this screen on here. But every time I do a demonstration, it has to be done on that projector, which means I can't use 34, can't use any other projector. It has to be on that projector. Every morning when I get up, I will, whatever time I get up, it's probably around 4 o'clock, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. When I get up, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk in this room, I'm going to turn that light on, and I'm going to run that projector. And you're going to see that every morning. If me getting up in the morning and turn before I start my demonstration, that projector will always stay on. You'll see it when I get up. And so I'm doing this in the dark, none of that dumb nonsense. I'm going to come over here, turn my projector on, and start my morning. As I did when I used to have the 3400 lumen, what is it, 4000? I had a 4000 short throw Chrissy in here. I used to have one in there. But we're going to be doing it at 10 feet back on the Sony projector right there, 600 by 800 res 720p. So you'll see me when I get up in the morning. I'll flip that switch on. This room will be fully lit in its environment. But until then, I am firing up my stuff. Bring my ceiling to life. Boom. Remote control. I actually gave one of these away for free. Customer came in. I said I had 2 of these projectors. The only thing about this projector right here I'm showing you, you can't have 2 of these in your house. Nowhere in your house. You got them really far apart. Because remote controls activate on the same frequency, which means if you turn one off upstairs, the other one activates. It goes back and forth. It's a bit of a chain reaction nightmare. So I bought 2 of these, thinking I was going to have one go off and one here and one here. That red universe you're seeing right there popping up. I thought that'd be pretty cool, but I turned one projector on, the other one would shut off. So I said the first person who ordered a gallon got it for free. And the church came in and ordered a gallon. I don't think he knew I was giving it away, but he contacted me and said, you gave me a projector. And I said, yeah, because I said on camera that whoever ordered that gallon got that projector for free. But that's the one going off with all the stars in the middle. So we got a $40 projector for free in the box because I couldn't use it. I might do a fire stick next. I might get me a fire stick and just give it away. Free fire stick. Fire stick. I might do a shopping cart with like 5 fire sticks in there. I might give them away for free. Buy the paint, you get a fire stick for free. I'm not talking about the one, I'm talking about the one you're speaking to and you can talk to. Because right now, I just signed up for audiobooks. I mean, it's pretty cool because I can sit there and I can listen to all kinds of history and stuff like that. So I like the audiobooks. I can sit down here on my giant rug and sit down and listen to my audiobooks and just look at the stars and just take it all in. Absolutely not. So on the 12th, hopefully, I'll have my 3D mapping software in. Yes, and the 3D, actually 4K scanning camera, and all that other cool stuff will be in here. Map all these lights together and it pulls off a cool effect, man. It's beautiful to watch. Watch the fish in the background. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Where's my other phones at? Brighten that up a little bit. That's much better. That's why I have the lid lights under the sofa. There's the other 2 right there. So this universe is caused by these 2. This is the universe right there. Make sure my projector's lights are just where they're supposed to be at. There we go. That's one universe. And the second universe is in here. All the stars moving around. And then these two projectors right there operate this universe over in this section over here. That's the cluster. The cluster. And then there's the kitchen. Love that pink. I just love that pink. It's beautiful. That pink is beautiful. So I start the project of building the giant screen out back. So I'm going to have LED lights that are going to connect from the railings all the way down the railings and down the side of the screen. So they're all going to be chasers, outdoor weatherproof chasers. So I'm doing a 3D effect, kind of doom, 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 coming out of the screen. And you see the chasers coming around the side and generating down the screen, come back. Put some techno speakers on the back of do, 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 do. Oh yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be freaking crazy. It's going to be crazy. Trust me, it's going to be crazy. I'm getting the speakers that like these right here. I need one more of these. This is what I need, one more of these right here. Because this one has the, I think if I charged it up, if I left it off. No, I left it off. I turned it off. But this one right here, I got to charge it up. It has the lights that come off like doom, 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 doom. So that's what I want to do. I actually run the screen. It's going to be the whole side of this rail. It's going to be material. So what's going to allow me to do is because I can't build a frame in there, I want it to be flexible. You know what I mean? So I want something I can drop off the side, let it roll. I have screws attached to it. I can attach the grommets all around. And then when I'm done, I can attach the grommets, pull out the ties, and then roll the screen back up like this and connect it under the railing with some zip ties or maybe some Velcro ties. And I can have it wrapped up nice and tight along the side of the, on the railing. And when I get done, I can just roll it back down. So as for the LED lights, I can have them sectioned off by Velcro. Just basically just drop them off, Velcro so they roll up with the screen and connect at the bottom, and then basically roll them back down. So the lights will start from here. They'll go out, they'll connect to the front where the screen is at from side to side. They'll go down the side of the screen and they'll go back like this way. And then when I get done, I can disconnect everything, roll everything up with the Velcro and lights, and just connect it all underneath the side of the rail. That's it. Bam, easy. Easy idea. And then I can have my little parties out there. Like, do, 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 do. I put a smoke machine out there the whole 9 yards. That'd be pretty cool. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. Mr. Crow, challenge has already started. I hope to see your videos. But if he doesn't do any videos, that means you'll actually forfeit it, and this product is just what it is. It's just paint. All right, so, you know, you want to give out, test my technology or whatever nonsense you want to do, play your little games. Well, I gave you a real challenge. And he's not going to complete it. All right, I'm out of here. Gotta go. God bless.